Mike D'Antoni gets the job, and I was like, ooh, offensively, that'll work. But most of us were paying attention thinking, man, I don't know if they're going to guard anybody. D'Antoni not known for his defense. You guys have Jeff Bzdelik has been like the defensive coordinator. How has this thing turned around so quickly?
I think everybody's on the same page. And like you said, Jeff Bzdelik came in. He did a good job. But everybody's buying into the whole situation. We know James is the superstar, and we just fit around him perfectly.
What about for you personally? Like now you're 30. This is still kind of prime of your career, but you're sacrificing minutes.
Yeah.
You know, like you go back 4 or 5 years ago. You're in Minnesota. You're averaging almost 15 a game. Now you're more of a bench player. You got to come in and play defense, bring energy, stand in the corner, and shoot when you get it. It's a different role for you. How hard is it to see the team success, but personally you're not seeing as much statistical success?
That's a different role. It's not really hard for me just because it's all about winning. You know, I've been in the league long enough. I've been around long enough. If you win, everybody there gets a piece of the pie.
See, I look at your team and I'm like, man, it's so much about fit, right? Like Ryan Anderson fits.
Yeah.
Eric Gordon, who had been a starter now coming off the bench, like fits the role of just go in and get buckets. Don't worry about what position.
Perfect.
How much does this show that the NFL, NBA, whatever, so much of it's about fit, maybe even more than how good you actually are?
It's definitely about fit. You know, it's all about your situation. A lot of guys they can be terrible in one situation, they get another situation, they're a great player. So in any sport, it's all about situation.
Okay, so do you legitimately think that you guys are in that conversation with Spurs and maybe Clippers, if healthy, to compete with the Warriors?
Yeah, of course. I feel like we can score with anybody, and if we're on, we're tough to beat. We just gotta get better defensively, and I think we're getting better each game. And so by the time the playoffs come around, I think we're gonna have a chance.
But you did have that stretch though, where you dropped a couple. Indy, Boston. Like, is that middle of the season doldrums? Or was something wrong?
Middle of the season doldrums, man. We've been we're on the road for like 10 straight days. We played more games than anybody in the NBA. We played 3 more back-to-backs than anybody in the NBA. So, you know, we're just trying to get the All-Star break and get rejuvenated.
Outside of system and fit, why is James so much better this year?
I think he had a good summer. He got back in shape. He's in amazing shape when he came into camp, and he has no pressure.
He got rid of that Kardashian life. He was hanging out with the Kardashians. He was a little heavy coming in last year, right? And the system was different. Dwight was there,
Yeah.
but the shape was a big part of it, though. Correct?
Yeah, he's back in shape, man. He got in great shape, and you know, he's more of a leader this year. You know, he wants to win, he wants to be good, and he had a little chip on his shoulder because, you know, he wasn't even in the MVP voting last year. Now he should be the MVP this year.
And probably 2 years ago, he should have been the MVP as well. Corey Brewer joining us on the Doug Gottlieb Show, CBS Sports Radio, as the Houston Rockets moved to 36-16 with a 105-83. That game was over. That game was a wrap at like halftime. It felt like it was a tough watch over at the Toyota Center. What's the discussion in your locker room about LeBron versus Barkley? What do you guys talk about?
Nobody really even talks about that. Like, it's not really a topic in our locker room.
Okay, but he's previously gone after the Houston Rockets with the analytics stuff. Do you guys does that resonate in any way?
Nah, not really, because Charles just talks all the time, and everybody knows Charles might say anything, and who cares?
All right, then there's the idea that ESPN reporting that the Knicks are in hot pursuit of Kevin Love, that they want to trade Melo. So are the Cavs, in your opinion, just your opinion, are the Cavs better with Melo or with Kevin Love?
That's tough. I'd have to see that one play out. That's a tough one because
it's hard because
it's hard.
with Melo, it's really hard to. I mean, they're hard to guard offensively, and that's a move. And I would guess they throw in a Brandon Jennings because they need a backup point guard. You know, a Ron Baker, a backup point guard. But that would give them another, like a third, legit scoring option. And when Melo's been with USA Basketball, that's when he's been at his best, right?
Yeah, and actually he could play the power forward, LeBron the third. Yeah.
Okay, so
That'd
on the
be
other
tough.
hand, though, who's going to rebound outside of Tristan? Right? Like Melo gets good rebounding numbers, but will he do the little things that it takes that Kevin Love does?
I think LeBron would do more of the little things if Melo was over there. I think LeBron would be more defensively and he'd rebound more.
Best guess, you think it happens?
I don't think it happens.
I think it does.
You think it does?
I thought Clippers for a long time, and then I looked at it, and the more I looked at it, I was like, man, Kevin Love was always kind of a weird fit there. He always wanted to get to one of the two major media markets,
that's
right?
true.
And the Knicks, Melo's going to be gone from the Knicks, and like LeBron always talked about wanting to play with Melo. My guess is that it does, in fact, happen.